You know, many people are at war with themselves. With the ego, with the mind. How do you go? Have you ever had an argument with yourself in your head? Does this little inner critic inside your mind tell you that you can't? Tell you why would you bother doing that? This little voice in our head, when it's untrained, when it's unmatured, will often be our worst enemy. Over the years, my mind has been so horrible to me. I was in a long-term abusive relationship with myself, and that was just what was going on inside my head. People don't talk about it all that much. We might say the negative self-talk. But very often, when you have an uncontrolled mind, it takes over you. And it's not just necessarily people who we would deem to have severe mental illness. Not at all. This is everyday stuff. You might not even hear the voices that are saying, but you know what it feels like. It feels like crap. You don't feel like you can do anything or achieve anything in your life. When we do not have control, when we do not have mastery over what is happening up here, it will run rampant. Our beautiful ego up here, this mind, yes, I call it beautiful, and let me share with you why I think that it is. This beautiful mind up here that we have is designed to keep us safe. It is designed to put us in a place where it seeks out problems. It is looking for what is wrong so it can protect us from danger. We live in a world now where, for the most part, luckily enough, we, probably watching this, are relatively safe physically. So instead of looking out for the saber-toothed tiger, what our beautiful minds does is find a way to create problems. So the inner critic is born. Don't think you should do that. Who do you think you are to shine? Oh, do you really want to wear that? I don't think so. It doesn't only come from that sense of ego wanting to protect you. The ego will search out and look around you. The ego will search out, well, where was I raised? How was I raised? What are the belief systems of the society that I exist within? So if in your society it suggests that because you have a fat tummy, you shouldn't wear a bikini, if in the society that you grew up in, either in your micro society, your family, your friends, your school, or the grand scale of the world, if that society has told you that you shouldn't be big, that you shouldn't shine, that you'll make other people intimidated if you actually be your beautiful, confident self. If you lived in that society, then that little voice inside your head is going to mimic that. It's going to repeat all the fears, all the doubts, all that underlying belief systems that your society brought you up in. Can you see how damaging this is? If this voice continues to make all this noise up there, then we will never be able to move forward in our lives. We might take a step, but then we'll self-sabotage. We might take steps moving forward, but we'll always have that idea that it's never good enough. Come on, do it again, do more, achieve more, get more. It's exhausting. It's incredibly tiring. The only way in which we can overcome the voices in our head is by retraining it to be more friendly, to be kinder, to be nicer. The voices are only coming up in your head because that's the way in which it thinks it's going to protect you. It's keeping you belonging in your society. It's keeping you safe. Even though you might not feel like it keeps you safe, it probably sends you down directions of destructive kind of behavior. Yet what it knows, what the voice inside your head knows, that if you don't belong, if you don't fit in, then you are likely to be ejected from the group. It wants to protect you. So what I recommend is that you decide to hang out with different group of people in your head, different people in your social media groups. Who are you hanging out with? Who are you spending time with? Start to curate that and make a difference for yourself. And over time, start listening to what's happening in your head and replace it with other thoughts and feelings. I am literally every day checking in with myself just to make sure that I'm aligned. And is that thought or belief doing me well, or is it hurting me? And if it's hurting me, I say, no, thank you. I do not buy into that today. Thank you very much. Now I choose blah. So the voice comes into my head and says, oh my God, Luna, you should be doing more. You're such an unproductive, lazy. The other voice says, thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution. I'm actually choosing rest as the best form of self-care today. Thank you for your contribution. Over time, this voice gets louder and this voice gets quieter because there's no power left in this voice simply because I'm not giving it the attention. Replace what's happening in your head. Over time, build the relationship with yourself and the negative self-talk will change to be your biggest ally.